beef.
What's going on, people? Talking about World Mental Health Day today, so it's Mental Health Day. If you're tuning in, leave a vote and then leave a comment. Not so good. Somebody has voted not so good. If you want to leave a comment and explain why, then feel free. And let's just have a chat. I'm just here to have a chat with anyone who wants to talk mental health. So let me know. Someone's probably good. That's good. Good to know. Good to know. We got some better, more goods. Nice. Ty, I just feel like no one likes me. What makes you think that? What's happened in your life for you to think like that? Because there'll be something that has made you think like that. Some experiences in your life that's made you think nobody likes me. So if you want to share, let's chat. World Mental Health Day. Let's just have a check-in and chit-chat. 6 people have voted. Thank you so much. 67% have voted good, which is good to hear. Keep it up. Keep it going. Not so good, 33%. I'm going to keep this poll going. Ty, no one is talking to me. So are you trying to reach out to people? Are you reaching out to people and nobody's replying? Or are you just feeling alone because nobody recognizes you or hears you? Okay, got it. Got it. Ask yourself though, is that true? And the reason why I'm asking that is because Subconsciously, when our minds believe something, we start to pay attention to that. So if your subconscious is telling you that nobody cares about you, you're going to believe that. But if you were to consciously think about it, has there been anyone that you've spoken to, whether on phone or text or, well, same thing, phone, face to face, has there actually been someone that you've spoken to today? And the reason why I'm asking you that is because sometimes we believe our subconscious mind, which tells us false narratives, which isn't true. And then consciously, when we think about things and think about the people that are in our lives who we have communicated with, we need to pay attention to our conscience that tells us who we've communicated with, whether people have actually interacted. It's easy to fall into the subconscious mind of saying nobody cares and then believe that. So let me know what you think. Let me know if what you think. Again, you don't have to share, but if you want to, then please feel free, my friend. Thank you for the interactions. 60 to 40. Let's see. So I've had some good votes. So thank you who's voted. Anyone's there, just leave a vote. You're right. You are the best as a teenager. It feels so hard, but you helped me. You're welcome. Just because your mind, subconscious mind, feeds messages down to your mind. Basically, subconscious mind feeds you messages to the front of your mind, essentially. Now, when we're walking or we're thinking too deeply about things, our mind will tell us, or we'll start to think and visualize that of the people that we want to communicate with. And we automatically declare to ourselves, if they're not communicating with us, then that means that they don't care. And subconsciously, we will think of that so much, then we will believe what our mind tells us. And essentially, our mind can feed us false narratives from experiences. So essentially, you've got to think of it as, has anyone in the last 2 days, 3 days, 4 days actually communicated with me? Because if they have, then there'll be a reason for that. Is because they value you in your life and that they care for you. So if they've asked how you are, if they've asked you just generally what you're up to, or they've just given you their attention because they want to, then that's a sure sign that people do care about you, my friend. So think of it like that. Whatever your subconscious mind tells you is on the basis of experiences which aren't necessarily true. But consciously bring it to the front and go, hang on, I spoke to XYZ yesterday. I spoke to XYZ the other day. They do care about me. So you've got to try and battle what your mind tells you and keep regurgitating the same positive messages. People care about me. This person messaged me. That person messaged me. Therefore, people do care about me. So think of it like that, my friend. (60-40). Please leave a vote how your mental health is today. Someone has just replied saying not so good on the poll. If you want to share why, then please share why. And I like to share my thoughts on it. 11 votes. If anyone's feeling not so good, happy to chat, you can express confidently with me. But salute for everyone who has voted. Not expecting a wealth amount of people here. I'm just going to be here to share anyone who comes across this YouTube channel and wants to share how they're feeling. Today of all days, mental health is extremely important. Not just because you've got to think about your mental health today, but it acts as a timely reminder to check in with yourself, with your mental health. Essentially, the family view. Thank you so much, my friend. Did you vote? How is your mental health today? World Mental Health Day shouldn't be designed to be thought of as for you to take stock and think, I've got to think about my mental health today. Your mental health matters each and every day. It should act as a reminder to make you consciously aware that your mental health matters. Simple. So even if on a day like today, it'll make you, or it'll help you remind yourself, then fair enough. But recognize that your mental health matters, not just today, but every single day. And that's why they've made it, so that people can check in with themselves to stop their busy periods, stop their busy lives, just for a moment, to recognize and check in with themselves to see how they're feeling. I'm glad today's a good day. Somebody said, you're the best. As a teenager, it's felt so hard, but you helped me. That's my duty done for the day. But I like to help more people. – 11 people have voted. Big salute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our mental health reflects the state of how we feel, and it also impacts our day. We wake up sad, our day will feel sad. We'll feel less productive. The root cause of the sadness will be connected to more than the focus on the day ahead. But when you are happy, when you are calm, your focus is a lot more stronger to get on with your day. But when you are expressing negative emotions, that can really impact you, especially on your day. It can impact, especially how you feel about yourself, and your mind or your thoughts will be fixated on your mind, and your focus should be more on life and your routine and the things that you're doing. But sometimes mental health can be such a crippling emotion where you are heavily connected to your mind, and nothing else matters, nothing around you matters. The only thing that matters in that moment is your thought process in that moment. What are you thinking about? What is making you sad? Something may have happened to make you feel that way. But it's important to not just let your subconscious mind make you connect to that thought and regurgitate the same feelings and processes, but essentially it's also making sure that you are able to be attentive to those thoughts and go, I'm feeling sad today. Why am I feeling sad today? How can I remove this feeling of sadness, essentially? That is essential for your conscious mind to recognize that you are feeling low, you are feeling sad, and go, right, why am I feeling like this? There is a reason behind everything. Everything that you feel, there will be a reason behind it. Why are you feeling like this? And become attentive to that root cause of why you're feeling sad. Something may have happened. So you've got to pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your emotions, essentially. It's really important to do so, because then you'd be able to, if you watch your thoughts and pay attention to your thoughts, you are then more likely to identify a solution for why you're feeling that way right now. It could be anything, and may not mean that that solution will kick you out of that sadness straight away. It might well mean that you've got a solution to that sadness, and they can be the small baby steps that you take to resolve and help you feel better as the days go on. It will give you a bit of hope and a bit of faith. So whoever's there's a poll how your mental health is today. We've got mixed votes, some yes, some no. I've helped someone today, which I'm really pleased about. So if anyone would like to share how they're feeling today, please share it. More than happy to help. There's a lot of stigmas of mental health that needs to be changed, understood. It's really important to recognize when you're feeling low. Recognize that. Your mental health matters today of all days. And I've had some good votes, and I'll continue to. So thank you to everyone who has voted. Please leave a question. Thing is, with mental health, it's a very delicate state of mind. A very delicate. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Just doing a. What did you vote? I'm keeping an eye on the votes. How's your mental health today? It's, today should act as a reminder for people to take a step back of their busy lives, essentially. Take a step back and just check in with yourself. If you don't do it, oh, great. That's great news. Good to hear. If you can check in with yourself today of all days, and make that as a habit to be able to check in with yourself each and every time. You may not be able to understand how you're feeling, and that's okay. The idea isn't to solutionize how you're feeling. The idea is to be able to connect with your feelings, then recognize how you are feeling from that. Are you feeling sad? What are you thinking about? Connect your mind to your body. How does your body feel? Do you feel tired? Do you feel worn out? It doesn't have to be just played on happiness and sadness. It can be a lot more than that. What are you thinking about that is making you feel a certain way? You might, the opposite direction, you could feel amazing. You can just check in with yourself and go, express gratitude for your journey, express gratitude for how far you've come on your growth, essentially, because mental health doesn't just have to be all negative. It can be positive, where you check in with yourself and go, I've had a productive few weeks. I'm feeling great about myself. I feel proud of myself. I feel calm. My mindset is calm. I'm in a calm state of mind. I feel appreciative. I feel grateful. That's essentially the positive side of good mental health. So, if you're feeling great, I'm into Indian philosophy, so I have to control my mental health and not let it affect me, because it's only my mind that really does not exist. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, control my mental health and not let it affect me. Yeah, I see that. I think there's also challenges with those who are religious, such as Islam, for example. Sometimes the mind, I'll say this. Society and the world is designed to help to make you fail in any aspect of your life. Even religious beliefs are manipulated to make you think different, to make you doubt yourself, to make you doubt your beliefs, essentially. But when you believe in something so strong, nothing can deviate from that. Nothing can deviate from that, essentially. So if your beliefs are so strong, no matter how your mind tries to deviate, because essentially what we pick up in our minds is data. We inherit data, so there could be anything that make you doubt yourself or doubt your beliefs or question your beliefs. Then if your mind is so strong, or you don't inherit that and those energies and that data, then essentially your mind is still fixated on what you believe in, and you will continue to feel strong in your mind. The mind is only, the mind is only thoughts, essentially, because emotions play on thoughts. What you think is then effectively going to impact how you feel. So if you're thinking something humorous, you're going to laugh. You think something sad, that someone's passed away, you're thinking about a person who's passed away, for example, you're going to feel sad. So your thoughts are such a strong dictator of your, not just your emotions that tie into your nervous system, but also can act as a sharp indication of how you feel about yourself. So emotion, essentially, thoughts, nervous system. That's the way I see it. E concari, yeah. Enlightenment has been helpful. Enlightenment is really, really important, because essentially we are our thoughts, and we are how we feel. And when we're enlightened, we're disconnecting from life, we're disconnecting from the past, we're disconnecting from the routines, the patterns of thinking and processes that we are used to each and every day in our lives, that dictate how we live. And when we're in a state of enlightenment, or in a state of presence, the present moment, state of being, we disconnect from everything that shapes us and shapes our identity. So enlightenment and spirituality is so, so important to just help you disconnect and recognize that another life exists outside of everything that you've inherited, everything that you are, that is connected to you, everything that can somewhat control how you live your life. It's so important. Atman, yet we are the internal energy. Energies are so, so strong. Essentially, they are so, so strong. You know, energies are it's the energies that fit or link to environments, people, past thoughts, feelings. It's all about the energies. I completely agree. I completely agree. So we have 12 votes, which is really, really good. I'm just going to keep talking and see who else wants to join to express how they're feeling. But it's being the self, recognizing that we are Vaheguru. Yeah, absolutely. Enlightenment can be so many things. Enlightenment can just be prayer. It can be sitting in nature. It can be meditation. It's simply recognizing and paying attention and connecting to the self. And the self, as I mentioned, is disconnecting from the construct of the human. It's connecting to the spiritual self that everyone has within them, essentially. Everyone has it within them. It's just about being attentive to that and recognizing that we have spiritual sense of being inside. But unfortunately, a lot of people do not wake up to that. And that's sad, really. It is sad. So, it's about enlightening people and recognizing that you can disconnect from the construct of who you are, and from the busy lifestyle just for a moment. Everyone says that they don't have time, and that's a lie. It's a lie, because the humans are, I don't know, there is a way, I think Gordon Ramsay said it, but I don't know if I've got the right words. We are time box, time short people. As in, like, we have so much we want to do in our lives, but we feel like we don't have a lot of time. The time is just given to us. It's up to us how we utilize and use that time, essentially. God has given us the beauty of time, but how, like I said, how we utilize that time for our lives is up to us. So, and I can agree to that, because, for example, you're scrolling through your phones for half an hour. You could have done something that, you want to do within that half an hour. It's all about priorities as well, and what is more beneficial for your time. Maybe like 1 in 1,000. Yeah. And I mean, that is just how humans operate. But it's about just being more attentive and conscious. And I think that needs to be the message for everyone. Be conscious to yourself, and don't see yourself as just a construct or a set of processes, because that means we're being controlled. But at the moment, you can just disconnect from that for a moment and look into your spiritual self and recognize there is a life outside of everything you believe in, everything, every pattern, every process, every environment, anything that you are connected to that dictates who you are, dictates how you live, dictates how you think. It can be stopped for that present moment just through recognizing the spiritual self and awakening that spiritual self. It's really important. Thank you to everyone who's voted. 12 votes. See if we can get to maybe 15 or 20 votes. That would be great. But it seems like even just by the 12 votes, everyone is mixed. Everyone is mixed. And that's all right. That's okay. So, but I think I've been feeling good lately. Just generally, I think by feeling good is feeling calm within myself. You know, and but yeah, I'm feeling good. It's about feeling calm, spiritual state of mind, essentially. Really important. You also got to realize that there's so many natural disasters in the world, and we should just take stock of our mental health and be appreciative that, you know, there's a lot of people in the world who are battling and firefighting right now. You know, I guess we can express gratitude that we can be in a position where we can take time out for ourselves and spiritual self, but there's a lot of people who can't right now. Really important to, yeah, it can be difficult. It's just sometimes that's the challenge, right? It's that everyone leads busy lives, but it is the inheritance of their story that dictates how they live and how they see themselves, how they feel. And essentially what you've got to understand is when you are, as a human being, when you are enlightened, when you are calm, when you are at peace with your mind, it's important to recognize that for those around you, it is so beneficial for those around you if you are expressing those kinds of feelings, those kinds of expressions, those kinds of that kind of state of being and state of mind, you know, because everyone, when they're busy, can get carried away. They may feel angry, they may feel, you know, and they just say things that they regret. And yes, that is part of being human, of course it is. But when you are self-aware, no matter how you feel, you will always have that tendency to check in with your mind first before responding or reacting. Or even if you've said something, you will always think about how you felt or how you said that, or you'll always think back, so that is part of the growth journey, right? To recognize self-awareness and also learn how to not express anger, when to not express anger, be able to think before you speak, essentially. And when you are connected with yourself and you're so more self-aware, it is only then that it becomes automatic, if you like. When you are talking with people, you stop for a moment. You may feel angry in that moment, but you stop for a moment and just take stock. and think before you respond. You know, self-awareness is so important in that regard. We should not. Yeah, Ratan Tata passed away. Oh, I know. I mean, what I've heard today about, you know, the amount of tributes that he's received, and his duty and dedication to his work and to help others before himself. It's so selfless, and he is an icon that even not just in India, but for those who knew him around the world, honestly. I don't know if he's got a book or anything, but I think it'd be interesting to know or to read about Ratan Tata. So I might see if there is a book about him to read. Yeah, so we should see our own faults, agree. A lot of the world is fixated on blaming other people and making themselves a victim, you know. But essentially, we need to reflect on our reactions, our responses, our behaviors as well, and our actions, in the sense of if you see faults in something or someone that you don't like, then that's fair enough. But don't go so far that you have to judge people, because at the end of the day, judgment comes from a face of a false sense of perfection. So if you feel like you are judging other people, that must imply that you believe the illusion that you are perfect when you are not, essentially. So you can't judge others and pick out flaws in others, because you've got flaws too. We've got flaws too. So it's really important to notice that. But a lot of people, that's the thing about self-reflection and self-awareness. Some people can't do that. For those who's watching, leave a vote. How's your mental health today? How is your mental health? Thank you, my friend. Yeah. I mean, I've just been through a lot and I've had to learn a lot. And I think the self-awareness has just come from the moment you connect with yourself and recognize there is another whole human inside, aside from the mask that we wear to keep us going in our lives. That made me recognize that seeking inward and reflecting inward will make my outlook and that outward side of my life better, essentially, because it all starts from within. So whoever's there, just please leave a vote. How's your mental health today? Good, not so good? We've got a mixture of votes today. See if I can get a couple more votes. But I think it's really important to take stock of your mental health today, because it's incredibly, incredibly important. It's not just taking stock about how you're feeling. It's also, if you're not feeling so good, accepting that you're not feeling so good, and that's absolutely okay. But also at the same time, is there anyone you can trust that you can express, I'm not feeling so good today? For people that you can trust and who can listen. I think the thing is, there is a false perception that people are so busy with their lives that they don't have time for you. At the end of the day, that's a lie. Because if you have a strong connection with individuals, then your energies will be fixated on that person whenever they respond or whether they reply. If you've got feelings for someone, you got a crush on someone, then you automatically park all of your busy tasks for that person, right? So essentially, if you don't have a strong connection with someone, you are not seen as a valuable person in their life, they will not connect with you the way you want them to connect with you. And essentially, you've got to recognize and pay attention to those people who actually do value you. Simple. Enlightened individuals consistently experience a state of contentment and fulfillment. Exactly. Because I think they also believe that I think they also believe what I've been talking about, in the sense that the world is just a construct. It's man-made. And I've always believed that it's man-made. And the world, the construct of the world isn't fact. It isn't truth that we must adhere to. It is formed from a construct of beliefs of what we've been told and what we've inherited and what we've experienced. Therefore, that equals our viewpoint on the world, essentially. But that doesn't mean it's true, doesn't mean it's fact. That's why it's important for those who are enlightened, recognize that. And they're able to take time out to experience fulfillment and recognize that we are just one human being on a constructed man-made earth. We are all united and connected. Yeah, we are united and connected in a profound, meaningful way. Yes, exactly. I do agree. I do agree with that. There'll always be. The universe has a weird habit of keeping people connected. It is weird. There's people that come back into your life. There's people that leave your life that you don't expect to live. And it's essential to recognize that this is just the way life works. We're not entitled to anything. People are not entitled, or people don't need to stay in our lives. Everyone leads their own path in life. And essentially embracing changes, embracing hardship, difficulty, instability is all part of life, and you just have to stay firm amongst the storm. Yep, important to treat others with respect and kindness, as we will want to be treated. I see others as just another me. Yeah, exactly. The human, the state of being, the spiritual being, is being shielded by a predefined construct, a mask. That's the way I see it. Can you imagine a soul that's just standing right there right now, and you imagine just a shield that is protecting it with eyes popping out. That's how I define the mask of the spirituality inside of us being blocked because of how the world is and how humans operate. So I'm quite visual in that respect. I can sort of visualize things and make sort of images in my mind that helps explain what I'm just sort of provide explanations to what I'm thinking. Back in a sec. I'm just doing the work. Dad needs to read the terms and conditions. I'm going to send that to him because it's got some information. Yeah, then he can sign it. And sign it online. Yeah, probably about 20 minutes. It's only 6:30. Lack of knowledge is, yes, fundamentally, it's a lack of knowledge. And I'm so proud that I've been able to, I think I'm proud because I've kept myself out of the limelight, essentially. And I think when you're on your own path to growth, you're kind of on your own. And I felt like I've been on my own throughout my life because of that. Because I've just taken myself away from this horrible world in a sense, and being able to build myself a lot more, to be able to navigate in this difficult world, which is not easy, but I'm so proud that I'm able to navigate the deep waters, the waters of this world, essentially. And I'm quite self-aware. I'm able to recognize where things are bad, what good and bad is for me. I'm able to lead a path that can take me towards enlightenment, but also to be able to live a life of joy and that's just basically about suffering. Life is about struggling, but it's about being able to navigate that, to come out on the side. Human being, large individuals can have detriment. Yes, it can, because you've got all sorts of human beings, all sorts. Everyone is different. Everyone has a unique story of who they are, and it can be detrimental to your well-being if you cannot connect with that. Connect the way you want to connect. And I think I've been able to only connect with the people that I am comfortable connecting with, who I can express and be myself, essentially, whether it's I want to talk about my mental health, whether it's not just about the passive conversation that we're so used to in this world of, hi, how are you? Yes, I'm fine, just to make conversation, rather than deeply connecting with each other to actually care for one another. And whilst I've got a very, very small circle of friends, I know that it's the best group of friends that I can have, because I'm able to be myself, essentially. Right, I'll give it another 10 or so minutes, and then I will try and spread this video far and wide so that people can watch it. That's what I'd like, and I appreciate there are people that have voted as well, so I just need to be in a position where I can express like this far and wide. Yes, crowds of people can be bad influences, and it's really important to recognize who you're connecting with. And then, because when you are attentive and self-aware of bad energies, people that make you feel bad, people that make you feel anxious, people that you just cannot connect with, you will automatically, through self-awareness, recognize that those are people that you don't want to connect with anymore for the sake of your own well-being. But I think a lot of people can't do that. So that's one of the benefits of self-awareness, is recognizing negative energies and not connecting with them, essentially. Right. No more votes. So 12 votes. Let's see if we can get a couple more. If not, no problem. It's not a problem at all. There's a saying, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Oh, yes. Yes. Agree. I completely agree. And that's so true. That does hit. I just think through wisdom, through experiences, through teachings, you will begin to recognize who is worthy of being in your life, and if you love and connect so deeply, it can make it difficult to connect with larger crowds, larger contingent, and more than a handful of people. That's the way I see that. Okay, I'm going to sign out. I think I'm going to try and do these things a little longer, just to be present for more than a couple of hours, and then see who comes by and be able to connect. That'll be good. So maybe tomorrow I could just stay online for another, stay longer for about 2-3 hours, just to talk mental health. Whoever wants to pass in, whoever wants to tune in. I think I might be doing that tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for staying on. I appreciate it. And please share this video far and wide if you do have the capacity or capability to be able to do that through your channels. That would be great. But I'll sign out from now.